Hatim,
Yes, Abu Zak, how are you?
good. Do you want to play golf with me?
Well, I would love to, but I don't know much about golf, honestly speaking.
Why? What do you know
The
about
only
golf?
thing I know, the only thing about I know about golf is that you have to have $1 million in your account. You have to wear formal, and you can only play golf in a tropical country where there is no burning sun like Oman. And
Hmm.
you can't have a big belly and play golf. It doesn't go together. And
Man, stop. Cut the crap. We will discuss this after the intro.
okay.
Assalamu
Assalamu
alaikum.
alaikum.
How are you doing,
How are you
brother?
today?
Yeah, I'm doing good.
Good.
How is
I'm
our
ready to
viewers?
golf.
You are ready to
I
golf.
think everyone. Yes,
Hmm.
I'm ready, man. I'm ready.
I
I'm
think I
here to
think
learn everything about golf.
yes, I think once we pass this episode, an hour from now, let me assure you that you will love golf and you will actually tell me to join golf next week with you.
Yeah, but what about the million real in my account?
You will get more than million. Trust me.
Okay, inshallah, inshallah. So I believe today we have two special guests, two brothers, two champions in golf that we're going to learn a lot about golf from them. And I would like to introduce one of them is Mr. AZAAN Al-RUMHY. He is the best Omani golfer in the past 18 years. He has represented the Oman national team since 2002. He won major local events multiple times, and he competed in international tournaments in over 15 countries. Assalamu alaikum, Azan.
وعليكم السلام شيخ حاتم وأبو زكريا.
How are you today?
Alhamdulillah. Thank you so much for having us.
You're
It's
most
an honor to
welcome.
have you and your brother. Jazakallah khair.
So let's talk about his brother. Now, Hamed Al-Rumhi. He was the youngest player to have won the Muscat Open in 2006 at the age of 19. He represented the Oman national golf team from 2006 to 2017. So, here are our champions, Azan and Hamed. Welcome.
شكرا
Honestly,
Hatim and Abu Zakaria. It's an honor to be part of your show. And we are very excited to introduce you all to the game that we are all passionate about, me and my brother and a lot of Omanis.
Inshallah,
honestly
we will get
speaking,
so inspired about that.
speaking about myself, I'm very, very ignorant when it comes to golf. And I really want to learn a lot about golf today from you guys because I still can't digest the idea of having Omani young men such as yourselves playing golf. What happened to football? You know, how did you guys end up in golf?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's a good question, I think.
Okay,
Azan.
so good question. A lot of people wonder the same thing. They wonder what got us into golf, and we were tennis players before. Hamid and I used to represent Oman and travel to GCC countries, Arab countries, playing for Oman in tennis. And I started playing tennis when I was 6, and by the age of 10, I entered the junior Oman national team and represented Oman in 1994 in the GCC tournament. And that was my first ever tournament representing Oman. And I remember traveling to Dubai, and this was when I was only 10 years old. So we played tennis for 6 years representing Oman until in 1998. I would say in 1998 was when we kind of like officially started playing golf and stopped tennis completely. So in 1997 is when everyone knows, or a lot of people know, Tiger Woods started becoming famous.
Yes.
Or became famous. He won the Masters, where the winner gets the green jacket. So after he had won that tournament in 97, he changed the perception of golf and made a lot of youngsters consider playing golf. So we we got so much encouraged to learn about the game of golf. And another reason I would say was my dad. My dad had switched as well from tennis to golf maybe 2 or 3 years before us. And he kept on telling us how golf is different to tennis and challenging, and we got to see him play on different golf courses around the world. Whenever we went on summer vacation, either to the Far East or to the States, for example, he would look for golf courses, and we would look for tennis courts. And then we realized that golf is actually quite interesting, because every golf course in the world is different from another. And unlike a tennis court, where every tennis court is pretty much the same, there's nothing new. So Hamed and I thought maybe we should learn playing golf. And we could join my dad whenever he travels and spend quality time with him. So it was very tough for us because in 1998 we only had sand golf courses. We used to play on courses which were made of sand, not grass. And we were the very few. You see, as you see in this picture, this was Ghala Golf Club back in the 90s. Where we used to walk and carry our bags on areas like this, where it was very tough and not very pleasant. We would carry a small piece of grass, and wherever we hit our ball to, we would pick our ball and place it on the grass and hit from there.
It's an artificial piece of
like a small artificial, an astroturf, a small piece of grass. So that's how
yeah,
we
but
started.
But Hamed and Azan, I don't understand the excitement playing in a place like this.
Exactly.
It's empty. It's all sand. What kept you continue? I understand if you started in a green field where you played golf the first time, but playing in a place like this, what made you, continue playing and having the urge to play more and more?
Yeah, so we just got hooked to this game. We did travel to Dubai, I must admit, quite a lot. At those times, we used to go almost once a month just to play on grass and just to get a coach, because there were no coaches in Oman at that time that would coach us. So my dad would take us to Dubai, and we would get a few golfing lessons from the professionals in Dubai from time to time. And whenever we traveled, we would enjoy playing on grass. It was a big thing at that time to play on grass. But, there were local competitions in Oman, even on the sand golf courses, which made us excited and just passionate about this game, and looking forward to every weekend to play on these tournaments and try and do better and better every time.
Yeah, this is the same place that you showed before when it was sand and when it was converted to grass. So imagine the transition from sand to grass. It became the place became so beautiful, and all people who passed by started appreciating the game of golf and the golf course itself.
So this is the place where you, I think, play on a daily basis, I believe.
Pretty much, yeah. Most of the time, Ghala Golf Club, because we live nearby.
Mm-hmm.
But
so
go ahead.
A lot of guys will be wondering, is golf actually a sport? Because you cannot fit it in any other category. Like for example, is there an Olympic Games for the golf? Like all other sports, it's not a group sport. It's not a single sport. It's very difficult to categorize it. You cannot play it anywhere. So if, for example, you're living in Ma'bela, you don't have a golf course, so you can't play golf. So why is it considered a sport?
First of all, golf is not just a sports, a physical sports. It's also a mental sports. But you need to be physically fit to play the game. because walking 18 holes, which most tournaments you'll have to walk, it will take like 10 kilometers and 3 to 4 hours, even more than 4 hours.
Wow.
And most of the golf courses is not flat, so you need to go in
Up the hill.
up the hill and down the hill. So it's
quite intense physically. It's more than what you think. That's when we play tournaments at a high level, but that doesn't mean that every golfer or every person has to be fit to play golf. That's not the case.
Did you hear that, Hatim?
Well,
Yeah,
they were not talking to me.
Golf is open to everyone, to anyone. You can be handicapped. You can have one arm and still play golf. You can have one leg and still play golf. Golf is to everyone at an amateur level.
Yeah, but
now, guys, this misconception about golf, it's an expensive game. You know, you really have to afford the game, because the clothes are expensive, the equipment is expensive, the membership of the place is expensive. How can this be practical for everybody to play?
Yeah, unfortunately, that's the perception many people have. They think that golf is expensive, but you don't need to start. It's like buying a new car. You don't need to go for the highest level or the best car in town. You can start with a rental club, a rental golf set,
Yes.
which you can use. And when starting the game, you don't need to join a club, spend hundreds of riyals or thousands of riyals. You can just go to the driving range and spend a riyal or two, just get yourself 50 balls, which doesn't cost much, and it can get you up to 1 year of practice. Yeah, so it's not as expensive as people think. So it depends on the player. If he's willing to spend a lot, like in any other sports. There are levels of golf clubs. There is the cheap, the mid-range club sets, and the expensive ones.
It depends on the brand of the golf club. There are different manufacturers of golf sets. You have the expensive ones. You have the more affordable ones. You don't have to buy a full set of golf clubs to start with. You can start with just one golf club, one stick, and learn the game that way. You don't have to take lessons if you think getting a lesson from a coach is expensive. There are different ways to self-learn. It's just a wrong perception people have about the game of golf. We know lots of people who are just normal people that play with us and aren't millionaires the way you mentioned.
You spoke about golf clubs now, and why do we have different golf clubs? Why not just one? What is the difference?
Okay, so a golf bag consists usually of 14 clubs. You can have up to 14 golf clubs. And when we say a golf club, it's a stick, right? With a head like this. So you have the shaft and the grip here. But then the head is what's unique, what's different from one another. So every golf club is different in terms of the launch angle. There is an angle where the ball launches off the ground, and some are very low, where the ball would tend to go quite low and far, and some which are very high in loft, which would result in the ball going much higher, but in a less distance. So whenever you're on the golf course and you're trying to hit a shot, the objective is to find out what your goal is, what target you have in terms of distance, in terms of wind direction, and based on that, you decide what club to pick from your bag. So it's a lot of golf requires you to do a lot of decision making. Once you're playing on the course, you need to manage the golf course and decide where you want to hit your ball to avoid different hazards. On a golf course, you have water ponds, you have sand traps, like what we call bunkers. You have sometimes trees and rocks and hills, different areas where you want to avoid when you're playing on the golf course. You want to hit your ball as straight as you can to avoid getting into trouble. Yeah, that first video was of me in Singapore in 2018.
That
this,
one.
Yeah, this shot here was in Singapore when I played the Asia Pacific Amateur Championship. This is Al Moj here. As you see, I'm hitting a ball from the sand trap.
It's
and
difficult,
I've got the
huh?
ocean. Very difficult shot because I have the ocean. If you notice the sea past the flag, so I had to control the shot to hit over the sand
and you made it.
And I made it next to the hole. Yeah, this was during a big tournament, a professional tournament
in Oman.
In Oman, yeah.
So that's called the bunker shot.
I have a burning question. We normally see in the movies when you spoke about you spoke about the clubs. You normally see in the movies that you have someone carrying the bag for you. Do you guys have someone carrying the bag for you?
Not in our normal days. That's in professional tournaments. You would have to have, they call them a caddy. So you'll need to have a caddy with you. And in the professional level, the caddy is, it's very important for the professional to have a good caddy because it's like their assistant and they guide the player like on which club to use and the distance.
So they have to understand golf, huh? It's not just pick anybody else and...
At the professional level, they're mostly golfers. The caddies themselves are golfers too.
And they play a big role because they also calm down the player whenever, you know, the competition gets quite tense and very nervy. And they play a role in making sure that the player is under control. And
they also help in reading the green. You know, the last shot in each hole is called a putt, where you hit a shot in a flat area. So in that putt, you need to have a good caddy which will assist you on the slope. So if it's a sloping from right to left, so the caddy will guide you.
I have caddied for people as well, for friends, and I had friends caddying for me. So it's an interesting.
But the bag must be very heavy.
Yeah,
the bag must be very heavy to carry it around.
It is very heavy. It weighs about 10 to 13 kgs.
Wow.
Especially the two.
And you're walking all the 18 holes with that bag.
That's around 10 kilometers. And they say that walking 18 holes would burn around 1,500 calories.
Here we go. So don't tell me it's not a sport.
Can I play golf tomorrow?
You can be my caddy.
I have no problem being your caddy, Ali. If I'm going to burn 1,000 calories, I have no problem being your caddy.
What are you holding?
For those who say that golf is not a sport, this is a 200-page book guiding golfers on fitness. Like, I think Ali has a picture too.
I'll show, I think it's, I put it in this video.
So this is a golfer preparing for
a tournament.
For a tournament or for preparing his body for the season.
Learn, Hatim, learn.
You could choose not to be fit and still play golf, but in order to play in a professional competitive level, even for the amateurs, for the good amateurs, they need to be professional golfers doing these exercises. So there are specific exercises just for golf.
But normally, where do you get injured? Normally for the golfer, is it the hip?
I've had 2 knee surgeries on both my knees from golf. I had a tear in my meniscus in 2015, my left knee, and then 2016 on my right knee. And then a year ago, I had a golfer's elbow. So you might have heard of a tennis elbow. And I had Dr. Hamid Al-Kitani treat me. This was like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Al-Kitani.
He's a very
Yes.
professional physiotherapist.
Yeah.
Yes,
And
salam,
Yeah,
salam
he-
to
he-
Abdul Hamid.
he also treated my back. I had a disc problem, and mashallah, Dr. Abdul Hamid, he did a wonderful job.
What were you playing? Golf? Or a caddy? What happened?
I was playing the Mandi game.
You were bending too much. Were you bending too much?
You're bending too much, yes, to
Yeah.
eat because the meat is far
Yeah,
away.
yeah. Yeah, akhi, Ali, don't expose all my secrets, yeah. akhi.
Well, you want to be
Okay,
a caddy,
that-
you have to know what to do, what not to do. So these are the pictures I think, Hamed, you were talking about, right?
Exactly. So in the backswing, you need to be more flexible than strong.
There's a lot of rotation that goes into the golf swing. You need to rotate your upper body and your lower body, and you have to have your abdominal, your core muscles, very
Yeah.
strong to be.
Hatim is strong. I saw a kid hitting him in his stomach, and he was like, haha, laughing. I think he can do this. He can be a good caddy.
Now,
video,
yes,
Yeah.
guys, if I want to watch يعني, a golf tournament, how do I understand the game? Because I only see 5 to 6, sometimes 10 people playing in the tournament. How do they win? If everybody puts the ball in the hole, then who's the winner?
Yeah, okay. So the objective of the game of golf is to hit your ball from the starting point. So as you mentioned, there were normally on a golf course, you'd have 18 different holes. Okay.
Yes.
So for example, hole number 1 will be around 300 meters, let's say, for example. And 300 meters, you're expected to hit the ball from the beginning until the hole in 4 shots. And that's what is called a par 4. So if you take 4 shots, then that's a par. That's considered quite good. And if your other player, your playing partner, takes 6 shots, then you've done 2 shots better than him. So you keep on adding scores on each hole till the end of the round, till after 18 holes. We calculate the total number of strokes or shots during the round, and then we look at the total and we compare with other players. So as you mentioned, in a tournament, you could have 100 players taking part in one day or over 4 days if it's a big tournament. So what happens is every 10 minutes, so the tournament could start at 7 a.m. and every 10 minutes, you'd have 3 players playing together in different groups. So at 7 o'clock, there'll be 3 players starting at 7, and then at 10 past 7, another 3 players until, for example, 1 o'clock. And those would be they will all be the players taking part. And then at the end of the day, after sunset or after Maghrib, basically after the round is over, we will go through all the scores and find out who managed to score the least number of strokes.
Yeah.
Hatim, I think you do the same when you go to a mosque and open that box with money. Start counting them. It will take you time until sunset, and then you get the bundle. Azan, you were talking about the pars and all that. I heard 2 terms. If you can explain what they are. One of them, the title that we have given to this episode, birdie, and then you have bogey. What are these? And are there any other terms?
Okay, so in with the golf course or in a golf course layout, you'd have 3 different ranges of holes. You'd have the short holes, where we call par 3. So you're expected to hit 3 shots. And if you do so, then it's a par. But if it's a par 3, I mean, if it's a short hole and you only take 2 shots, so that's 1 better than the par, then we call that a birdie. So you've managed to achieve 1 less shot than the par. And therefore, your score will be -1. Sometimes you see golf scores with pluses and minuses. Yeah, so minus is a good indicator. That means you've done better than the course or better than the hole. So they are par 3s, and then they are par 4s, which is a par 4 would range between 250 meters up to 400 meters, for example. And then you have the long holes where they are considered par 5s, and they would range between 450 meters up to 600 meters. And for those long holes, you would take 5 shots to finish the hole. But as I said, it depends on the level of your golf. A beginner might take 7, 8, 10 shots to complete that hole.
So
Ali,
yeah, there is.
Ali, this is worse than my physics class. I am lost.
Yeah,
I have
well,
no idea what he said.
I think I got you, Hatim, because I'm still struggling with that. Is there an electronic way of doing that, or do you do it manually?
I'll stick to football.
Yeah.
For professionals, even for amateurs, the way how it works, so each one scores for the other. Like if you are 3, so I will score for my playing partner. AZAAN will score for Ali, and Ali will score for Hatim, for example.
But if there is somebody who doesn't understand mathematics like Hatim, what would you do with them?
Would give a calculator.
Yeah. And now I understand. You have to be an accountant to play golf.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I take what I said back. Hatim is really good in math.
Okay, I have a burning question. You know, what's up with the formal dressing or dress code with this sport? Because I've never seen someone wearing jeans playing golf, or shorts or hoodie. You know, why the restriction? It's a sport like any other sport at the end of the day. So I don't get it really.
It's good for people like you, Sheikh Hatim. So you don't have to wear shorts. You can stick to trousers.
Why do you want to wear shorts, man?
No, it's
Well, no. I'm just saying, and if I want to wear shorts, I should be able to wear shorts playing golf.
Yeah. No, but actually,
In amateur golf, they're very flexible. You're right. In professional golf, they're strict with the dress code of wearing pants. But the regulators or the governing bodies of golf are discussing a lot about making golf more open and more flexible when it comes to dress code. So I think you'll start seeing people wearing hoodies and shorts, and I'm not sure about the jeans, but even
I don't think you can play with jeans. I don't think it's easy to play with jeans.
Most of the golf courses don't allow jeans, but going to the driving range, some do and some don't.
So are you saying in football you're allowed to wear jeans? I've never seen any Premier League football match.
You know,
it's a good question.
AZAAN, people don't play football wearing jeans, but they play football wearing wizar, which is very unique. So you guys have you ever competed against each other?
Oh yeah, many times.
Both of you.
Yes, we play lots of local tournaments playing against each other. Of course, when we were in the national team, we traveled and represented Oman, and we were a team together. So we would want each other to do well because then at the end of the day, it will reflect on the score of our country's performance. Yeah.
Let's see so Hamed playing now.
MashaAllah.
So that's the driving range, right?
Driving range, yeah.
What's the speed of the ball normally when you hit like that? You know, it looks very fast.
Yeah, the average speed of a golf ball is around 140, 150 for amateurs.
Miles per hour, yeah.
Yeah, miles
so
per hour.
What were you doing here? You said you holding a ball and saying one. What does that mean?
Yeah, this is when I got my first hole-in-one. This was at Ghala Golf Club.
In one shot?
Yeah, so it was a par 3. So if you get one better than par, that's birdie, which is the name of the show. But I got it in 2 better than par. So that was an eagle. And it's also called a hole-in-one. So this was back in 2014, I think. It was around 150 yards, and I hit one in one shot.
Interesting. So I think golf is going. It's in the blood, huh? So it goes within the generations. So I think I saw a video of the 3 of you, the father and then the son and the grandson playing together.
Yeah.
And yes, you're right. That was, I don't know if you have that video, that was during the inauguration of the Oman Open, where we three of us, my dad, myself, and my son Yusuf, who's now 7 years old. At that time, he was 5 years old.
MashaAllah.
We hit a shot to open the Oman Open. But yes, I must say that golf is open to golfers from from all ages. So we have my son who's 7 years old now, and we have golfers up to the age of 80 that play golf. So I think, unlike this is my son here. So this was when he very good shot to the hole.
MashaAllah, in the hall.
In the hole, and you
MashaAllah.
can see it.
Hatim, you should be ashamed that you don't play this.
That's good. Look at this shot.
Look, MashaAllah. Oh, crossed the
Over
water.
He crossed the water. Yeah.
MashaAllah.
What happens if the ball? What happens if the ball falls into the water?
You swim and get it.
You get penalized. You get a penalty stroke. So if your first shot goes
Okay.
into the water, then you don't hit your second shot, but you'll be hitting your third shot. So they will add one more shot into your score, which is obviously not a good.
But then where
not
do you
good-
start hitting that ball? Do you hit it from the
No, you
beginning?
take another ball. So you take
Uh-huh.
another ball. You drop another ball from the point where the ball entered the hazard or the pond.
So you don't really go inside the water and hit from there.
Pick from it. No. If it's on the edge of the water, then you might decide to splash it out if the ball is visible. Sometimes it's on the edge and you have to decide whether you want to hit out. or
But then
not.
that's risky, I guess.
It's very risky,
Yeah,
because
very
you can
risky.
cause yourself more problems.
Okay, let's play the video of the three generations. Let me just play that for you.
Yeah, over here.
Yeah, this was at Al Moj.
So my dad is on the far left, and I'm in the middle.
Yeah.
And, that was
MashaAllah.
my son.
Let's just see that again. Hatim, watch. Hatim.
I am watching.
MashaAllah.
And this was in front of a big crowd, actually. So I can imagine how my son felt to hit a shot in front of spectators. Yeah, but we had a golf game this morning. So this morning there was a tournament, a social golf tournament where me and my son played as a team, and Hamed, my brother, and my dad played as a team as well. And there were 42 other teams taking part in this golf tournament,
So
which
that's,
was very fun. So the four of us got to play together and spend 3 hours. So we from 7 a.m. until 10 a.m. we were together on the golf course, which is quite unique, I would say.
especially these times where families tend to be not spending enough time together, like quality time,
Yes.
away from the phones and away from the busy life.
I feel it's
Hatim,
very important.
Is it?
Hatim, do you know that Hamed and AZAAN, they also coach people?
Really?
Yeah,
They actually they actually coached me. I had
In
a
play-
few
in playing
sessions
golf?
with them. Oh yeah.
So you're trying to tell me that you're a golfer now?
Well, look.
Why is there?
Look,
Why
I've
is it-
left an evidence. See, I'm.
No,
this
but-
is.
This is
Oh,
Ali.
that's not a real club. That's a fluffy thing you're
What
holding.
about this? What about this?
the training tool that
That's training tool, and then you have a net here that I can use in the house instead of the driving range, and also a
Yeah.
putting mat that I placed in the office.
Oh, okay. Now I know, Ali, why whenever I call you in the office, you're saying you're busy. Now I get it.
He's focusing. He's got to focus from time to time.
Yeah,
Exactly. I even
know
let
now
my
you're
managers,
bu-
even my managers play with me. Oh, did they hear? No.
but actually for someone who doesn't play golf, that's a good swing, Ali. You have
Yeah. Oh, thank you, man.
start playing the game more
Man.
often.
Ali, I don't think that's a good swing. Ali, I think Ali, that's not a good swing.
First you start taking.
the-
First you start replacing your jeans, and then we will talk.
Now, guys, do you think that this sport is moving towards the younger generation? Because the assumption or the misconception that golf is for old people, for very rich and influential people. A lot of business deals are done on the course. So do you think younger people would be more interested now to play the game? It's like a way to socialize if they go as a group. Or do
Yes.
you see this, it's going to take time for the younger people to get into golf?
No, it is one of the very important roles or role that Oman Golf Association are paying attention to. So over the past 5 years, Oman Golf Association have been putting a lot of attention to develop the game of golf and attract youngsters to pick up the game of golf. They've approached different public and private schools to create an awareness about the game of golf, to let them know what golf is about. And when you talk about the expense of the game of golf, I need to emphasize or bring an important point that Ghala Golf Club, which is quite unique in at least the Arab world, they offer free golf, free access to youngsters under the age of 18 to practice on the driving range and play on the golf course for free without charging a single riyal. So that was one of the mandates of the Ghala Golf Club to encourage youngsters and encourage families to bring their children to learn the game of golf without being charged any amount. So I don't think the game of golf is hard to learn and to get access to. I think it all depends on the parent and on the child whether he wants to learn something different and something which will benefit them, I think, in the long term.
So Hamed or Azaan, by looking at all these golf courses, do they really promote tourism in Oman? If we look at all this.
Yeah, definitely. As you can see from the pictures, golf courses is very attractive, not only in Oman, around the world. So it definitely attracts the tourists. So you would see and witness golfers traveling the world just to play golf. So they would go for golf vacations. So in Oman, we have 5 unique golf courses. You have the Ghala Golf Club, which is in a valley between 2 mountains. And you have the Muscat Hills, which is in hills between wadis. And you have Al Mawj Golf, which is by the ocean and surrounded by a beautiful ocean. And you also have Jabal Sifa, which is mountains in one side and the ocean in the other side. I think it's in one of your photos. It definitely attracts tourism and it develops the country. So a lot of country would also promote their country by showcasing their golf courses.
We have been selecting places to go to for our summer vacations based on the number of golf courses they have. So we would look at places like Malaysia, Thailand, Indonesia, Australia, where we know there are nice golf courses for us to go and enjoy during our summer vacations. And I think the Europeans and the Asians would do the same. Now that they see Oman has 5 very unique golf courses, as Hamed mentioned, they're all very different to one another, which makes it very unique and very attractive. I think we're going to be able to, Oman should capture this opportunity to promote itself more and attract the high-spending tourists. You know, we want tourists that will come and spend in the country. So I think the tourists that come to Oman to play golf are the good tourists that Oman needs to encourage to spend, not just on the golf course, but even at hotels, at museums, at the Royal Opera House, for example, anywhere that the country is trying to promote itself for.
And a course that I forgot to mention is Ras Al Hamra, which is very unique, that it's floodlit. So you can play, so for those who don't have time to play during the day, this course, Ras Al Hamra, is built by PDO.
PDO.
And you can play in the evenings. So for those who work during the day and finish work late, go and play at night. So this is very unique. Not many countries have courses that are floodlit.
Now, guys, when it comes to golf, for each game, it's like 3 to 4 hours. What do your wives feel at home when you disappear for 3, 4 hours? And do couples play together?
Yeah, there are couples that play together. Maybe not many Omani couples, but to answer your question, some wives don't like it, and some wives actually like it. It depends what type of wife you have.
It's for them to get their time, away from their husbands. But what we do, especially
is it for them to get away from the husbands, or the other way around?
I think it works both ways. Yeah.
No, but seriously, what we do, especially me and AZAAN, we play very early in the mornings, in the weekends.
Yes.
Like we start as early as 6 in the morning. So by 10:30, we are back home, and we could spend the rest of the day with our family and children too.
So I heard that
don't lose the day.
So I heard from May until September, you guys stop playing golf because you'll be fried outside if you play because of the summer.
No way.
Is that true?
No, that's not true.
Or
That's
do you
not
still
the case.
do you still play under the sun?
We do.
Yeah.
We're crazy golfers, Sheikh Hatim.
So
we play.
You must be using a lot of suntan. You must be using a lot of suntan.
Of course, yeah.
For myself, I'm used to not using anything, so I just go without any protection. I just wear a cap.
That's more than enough.
We're crazy golfers. Some people decide not to play during the summer, or some people like to play in the evenings at Ras Al Hamra to avoid the sun. But yeah, nothing stops us from playing golf. And once you get into the game, you get addicted. And
yeah.
So we're the ones that got addicted to this game.
Yeah, but for those who say that golf takes a long time, like 3-4 hours, there is an option of playing 9 holes, which will only take an hour and a half, 2 hours. So for those who are interested to start the game, so don't be shocked or disappointed that it takes a long time. You could also play 9 holes. A lot of members do that. And another thing, if you don't want to spend a lot, most of the golf courses in Oman have different packages. So you could join for a month or 3 months or 6 months. And there are different packages for pensioners to attract the seniors. And there are different packages for students, like between the age of 18 and 30. And below 18, as AZAAN mentioned, it's free. So if you want to start the game, you could start in any of those packages. You don't need to spend a lot of money.
Hatim, you can use the pension.
The pension package, yeah.
By the way, the term handicap, can you tell us a little bit about that? What does handicap mean and how do you get it?
معوق لا ايش بعد؟
handicap, ها؟ انت عندك handicap ولا ما عندك شيخ حاتم? Do you have a handicap?
Handicap يعني someone who is disabled. Does it have another meaning?
In golf, it has another meaning.
Yeah, AZAAN will explain. In golf, it's different. It's totally different.
So at the game of golf, every golfer has an indicator. Like in karate, you have like the white belt, the black belt, and then the different belts. In golf, to determine the level of the golfer, he's measured by what's called the handicap. So when you pick up golf and you think you're ready to play on the golf course, as I said at the beginning, you don't go to the golf course straight away. You go to a driving range, a place where you learn how to hit the ball. But once you've learned how to hit the ball, then you go to the golf course and start recording your scores to measure your standard. So a golfer would apply for a handicap to find out what his performance is or his level is. And usually they would start with a high handicap, with a number like 28. So you start with a high handicap like 28, and then as you progress and you start to lower your scores and do much better, your handicap will start changing. So there is a system, a world handicap system nowadays. After you play every round, you post your score and it calculates your new handicap. So I have managed, for example, myself, I have a handicap of 1 now. So I've managed to drop my handicap from 28 when I first started golf, and now I'm down to 1. And for example, Hamed is 7. So when me and Hamed want to compete with each other, what happens is we look at our total scores and then we subtract our handicap. So for example, if Hamed scores 80 in 18 holes, he subtracts his handicap, which is 7. So that's 73. And if my final is 75 and I subtract my handicap to 1, so I have 74. So Hamed beats me, even though I played better than Hamed, but because of his higher handicap, he gets
a better
Hatim is lost. Hatim is lost.
Yeah.
I escaped math classes from school, and now you want me to go and play golf to learn math again? And the more you become, the more you become better in golf, the more handicapped you become. This is so confusing to me. This is so confusing to me. You know.
Let Azaan give a real example.
No. I can give you another example of football. So the way it works is like a football match. If you're, I won't mention any country or any football club, but I don't want to disappoint anyone. But for example, if you're a weak football team, then you will, for example, start the match leading 5-0 against a strong team. So in golf, we have this kind of system to allow a competitive situation whereby the weaker team starts with this advantage. So in order for me to compete with my son, for example, who's just beginning, I give him a higher handicap so that he has an opportunity to compete with me.
Yeah, this is what is good about golf. I don't think it's in many sports that you can get all levels of players competing in one competition.
Wow.
So it gathers all levels of golf in a tournament.
So how many people can play? How many people can play actually separate games in one golf course? So if you have someone slow in front of you, what do you do? Do you hit them with the ball so that they move faster, or what happens? Because they're in front of you, I think, in the next hole. Isn't this dangerous?
No, it's not dangerous. If there's a group that is slow ahead of us, then they should allow the faster group to go through. Usually, if you're a beginner, then you notice a group that is behind you, who are much better than you, then you give them way to go through you, so that they don't get delayed and you continue enjoying your game without anyone behind you putting pressure on you.
And another thing, normally when a group of golfers are like more than the ones that are behind them, they normally let the group behind them through. So if the group behind you are only 2 players in a group and you are 3, the 2 players will normally be faster. So they allow the group to go ahead.
And Hatim, never be in between when somebody is hitting the ball, huh? Do they normally shout when they see people on their way?
Yes.
There is a terminology that is used in golf. So if you hit a ball that is approaching a person, you normally shout 4.
4.
F-O-R.
F-O-R.
Yeah, 4. So if you hear the word 4, you normally
cover your head
to protect your, because the head is the most sensitive
part. So Hamed, you cover your head, but if it comes in your spine or your feet or your knee, there's no problem.
Head is the most critical part.
Yeah. The ball is solid and it travels 140 miles per hour. And you know, instead of dodging the ball, you're covering the head only.
I've been playing golf for 20 years now, and I've not been hit once. Alhamdulillah. So
it's very rare.
Alhamdulillah.
And you don't need to wear any kind of helmet or protection for that, I guess, huh?
Golf course
So
is a very big area.
Mm-hmm.
what's up with the golf carts? You said people walk, for almost 10 kilometers, but now normally you see the golf carts. Is it a new thing?
No, it's just at amateur levels, they give you this option of using a golf cart in order to play quicker and to save some energy. If you want to play quicker, then you use a golf cart. If you're worried about getting too tired and you want to save your energy, then a cart makes it easier.
But a lot of tournaments don't allow golf carts. You'll have to walk, like in a high-level professional tournament. Golf carts are not allowed. But for leisure and most of the golf courses, they do allow.
For social golf, it's very popular, yes.
So now, what do you need? A golf club, ball, gloves, and I believe it's only one glove, right? You wear one glove.
Yeah, so this is a golf ball, which weighs around 45 grams. Mm-hmm. And it's only 2.5 inches. Yeah, it's it can be more than 2 inches.
That's heavy for that size.
Yeah, it's 45 grams, and it can go up to 200
miles per hour. Yeah, it depends how fast your golf swing is. Yeah, but the professionals
and when you lose it, that's it. You don't take it back. Normally, I think people lose balls, right?
Yeah, you pick up another ball, and instead of hitting your second shot, you'll be hitting your fourth shot. You get two shot penalty for losing a ball.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have a glove, which is, as you mentioned, only worn on the left hand if you're a right-hander. Yeah. So this is a glove. And you wear it on the left hand because the golf grip is dominant by your left hand. So most of the grip is held by the left, and you should use more force on the left and little force on the right. So that's why a lot of people ask, why is it only on the left? Because it covers most of the grip.
Okay, so what I also understand from this, that for the left-handed, he will have a different golf club on the other side.
Exactly. Yes, the opposite.
The opposite.
Club head.
Okay.
Now, guys, where do you shop for your golf? Where do you get the outfit from? And does it have to be a polo T-shirt? Can you have a round neck, for example? Or it has to be this way?
Tradition and etiquette, yeah. It has to be color, and we shop in Oman. Most of the clubs in Oman have a pro shop where they sell golf merchandise. Before, we used to have to order from outside, or when we travel, we'd get golf equipments. But nowadays, everything is available in Oman.
Okay, I am a little bit concerned about the cost of developing a golf course. It must have cost a fortune. Now, the owners of the club, how do they maintain this golf course? Because you have the grass, you must consume a lot of water, and to have that beautiful landscape, to maintain it, it must cost a lot of money. How do they maintain it? How does it become a business?
Well, a lot of the golf courses depend on real estate to support it. So they don't just rely on the golf course to make money. If you notice, golf courses around the world, they'll have a real estate supporting it. So the golf course is like part of the whole development, or the whole complex. The way we look at it, it's like a marina, or when you have the wave residential complex, you have hotels around it, but then golf is something that contributes to the whole to the whole complex. It's not a profit making in most of the. You don't try and make money out of it. It's quite hard. Some countries do make money out of golf courses, but in Oman we still lack a number of golfers to contribute to the financials of the golf course. As you mentioned, it's hard to maintain. It needs a lot of resources, machineries, and we're very fortunate to have golf courses up to a very high standard, I would say, and have people that are supporting it, either the government or the private sector, that are putting money into to maintain the level of the golf courses that we have.
Okay, let me ask you this question now. You have moved from tennis to golf. Now, if you want, let's say, if something else came up, you thought about another sport, are you going to leave golf for that?
Me, I wouldn't. I think golf is a lifetime sport where I really hope I can continue playing it as long as I manage to keep myself fit and competitive. I would love to play for my country for many, many more years to come, inshallah, and support the national team. I lead the national team, and I've led the national team for many years, and I hope that our national team gets better and better. And I hope my son Yusuf will play the game and continue loving the game, so that we can spend more time together. I don't see myself switching to any other sport at the moment.
What about you, Hamed?
Yeah, it's the same. I don't plan to stop playing the game because it teaches us a lot of things, and it's not only a sport, it's a social thing that you do and meet new people. And when you go to the golf course, you can show up by yourself and meet new people and learn a lot of things from them. So yeah, I even encourage my son to play. He was only 4 years old, but I got him a small club that he starts practicing with. Because as we mentioned before, golf also teaches them manners, etiquette, discipline. And when they start getting more serious and they start making their own decisions in the golf course, so it keeps their brain moving.
I think it also teaches patience, I believe, because of how much time you spend there waiting for each player.
Yeah, especially at the beginning. This is something that people don't really like and get put off. They expect results very quick. In golf, you got to be patient. You can't expect to be hitting the ball far away and the way you would want to right from the beginning. You got to be committed, disciplined. You need to schedule yourself, give yourself time to learn the game until you then start to play on the golf course and then start enjoying it more. But yeah, you can imagine even for youngsters, they need to be patient and disciplined. You know, unlike in football you have other players playing with you that can defend you or that can support you. In golf, it's you and the golf ball. It's up to you to hit the ball the way you want to. You can't blame anyone, you know, not like in other sports. It's up to you to execute the shot. So you got to be mentally very strong and very focused throughout the round of golf, which is 3 hours, imagine.
And yeah,
it's mentally tough.
Every shot counts, unlike in other sports where you could be behind and then come back and still play well. But in golf, I mean, you need to be patient and focus for every single shot until finishing your full round. Yeah,
I think
but it's challenging and fun at the same time. So don't think that it's very
tough and boring.
Yeah. So there are two groups of people. There are a group of people who think golf is very easy when they watch it on TV. And then they tell us, well, come on, what is golf? You just hit a ball into the hole and that's
not easy at all.
There's another group of people who tried it once and they never want to play it again. They think that it's very tough and very challenging. But I think it's not very easy or not very hard.
It's
in
not easy,
between.
but once you get your hands on, I think it becomes really fun. That's what I would
Yeah,
say
exactly.
about golf.
Once you start hitting 1 or 2 good shots, those 2 good shots will make you come back and try to repeat them.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
And you'd always want to improve. You want to find ways to get better and better.
I think it's 9 o'clock now, Hatim. What do you think?
9 o'clock. It's time to wrap up. But before we close today's show, my final question for the brothers is: where do you see the game of golf in the coming 5 years in Oman? And what can we do to promote the sport so more young people like me and Ali can join the sport?
Well, we hope when people see the pictures that we shared in this chat and what they see on social media, we try to post. If you look at our social media accounts, me and Hamed, we love posting pictures of golf courses. We hope that people will one day want to come and find out more about the game of golf. Oman Golf Association have a KPI. They have a target they've set themselves to increase the number of golfers in the country, because as I said, we have 5 golf courses, and right now we have how many golfers? Around 800?
850, yeah.
Golfers that play golf.
850. Make it 852. Hatim and I are joining.
Come on.
Ali, talk about yourself.
Oh, Hatim, you need to get rid of the jeans. Get rid of the jeans, you'll be fine.
After the math class and the physics class, I don't think I can make it.
Just make sure you carry this with you, Hatim. You'll be fine.
Inshallah. Thank you very much, guys, for being with us on the show. It was a wonderful educational show. I myself, I was very ignorant about golf, but today, alhamdulillah, I would say 50% of the things are very clear to me, and 50% we'll find out when we come to the golf course, inshallah.
Inshallah.
Wish you all the best. Take care of yourself.
Shukran.
Inshallah, inshallah, and keep hitting the ball.
Inshallah.
Hope to see you. Hope to see you on the golf course.
The next time we meet, it will be in the golf course, inshallah.
Inshallah. Thank you very much. And maybe I have not thanked you enough, AZAAN and Hamed, for coaching me, and hopefully you will continue helping me in that.
Inshallah. This is the right time. The weather is beautiful now.
Yeah,
yes,
exactly.
yes. Let's do it.
Thank you.
AZAAN and Hamed, it's okay to say that Ali was your worst student. It's okay. It's a free country. You can say whatever you want.
The videos speak. The videos speak. Inshallah. Thank you.
Shukran. Jazakumullah khair. Ahsanta. Shukran.
So, Hatim, you want to join, huh?
Yes. Yeah, I think so. I will pray istikhara and then we'll find out. Inshallah.
No, but trust me. Let's do it. We'll go together and we'll do the driving range thing. And inshallah, hopefully you might like it.
Let me find first a trouser that can fit me, and then we'll talk about it, inshallah.
Or you just stop eating that mandi. You'll be fine. Okay, I think I want to leave our audience with one advice that don't just judge anything by not trying it out. You watch golf in the television and see it's a boring game. What is it? Somebody hitting a ball that way. But the moment you actually play it, you will find the difference, and you might find joy in that. Trust me, because I was seeing it the same before, but once I started playing, it was really an enjoyable game. So yeah, thank you. And before we leave, I just want to remind you to please like and share this episode. And if you have not subscribed to Ummati Station, please do subscribe and hit that indication button. Hatim, we'll see you next week, inshallah, and we'll see our audience next week.
Care.
Thank you for your time, all of you. Assalamu alaikum.
Shukran. Wa alaikum salam.